Hello guys, so today I'll be showing you how you can use Perplexity AI to enhance your analysis of public company. So created about 7 questions which you can use as the basis of our analysis. Of course, this won't be a deep dive into analysis, but we give you an overedge or a summary of what you can expect using AI. So let's jump into it. To sign up, you say your account, this is what you see basically. First, we have to determine the company we want to use. Basically, maybe you can use Taiwan Semiconductor, which is part of a very good profitable company. First question first. The question here it is, what is the business and how does it create value? There are a lot of things around it, but we don't need it. You could just go to Perplexity AI and drop this and see. And yeah, so what the interesting thing part of this whole thing is that once I put this semiconductor, Taiwan Semiconductor, it recognizes the ticker, the symbol, the company, and then in all the other conversations, it's easier to just go around it and then continue our conversation, right? So you can upgrade to Pro, which is good. Another thing I love about this is the ability to be able to get the sources. So for me, one first thing I do is to go to sources before even getting back, because it's very important to know the source of information. Where you're getting the information from is as important as the information itself, right? So you see Investopedia, you see Wikimedia rather, you see Taiwan Semiconductor is also this is bad items. Asia Fund Managers. Then business overview, like focusing exclusively on manufacturing chips, not designing them, right? Then he said he provided for company that design them, the likes of NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, Apple, etc. Yeah, so the next one, global reach, is serve about 528 clients worldwide. And when they mean clients, they are not talking about individuals. These are corporations. So imagine a client, one of the clients is NVIDIA, right? That's like a whole lot of market capitalization itself, or market share rather itself. We have the Apple, we have AMD. Like imagine that these guys are just 4 out of 528, right? So you could, and producing nearly 12,000 products. An interesting thing, right? The largest market is North America, which give about 65% of their revenue, right? Then followed by other China. Another thing you want to check is revenue was around $68 billion. Net income is around 25.9 billion. So if you look at it, that's like a good margin of revenue to net income to revenue. Like that's a good margin. Where the net income is about 25 billion, and then you have the revenue to be about 68 billion, which is good. Then this is how TSM create value, achieve manufacturing scale that drive down costs, this, and increase efficiency for its clients, right? So cost, it reduces cost and increase efficiency. Basically, if you have a company that give you something as the lower cost, and then the operational efficiency of what they are providing for you is also huge. I mean, that's like a whole lot. And in this space, Taiwan seems to be like the top of it, right? TSTM produce about 60% of the world contract chips and nearly about 95% of the most advanced requiring top performance. So this is really good when it comes to understanding. You can understand how much the value it is creating for a company to be provided about 95% or about even 60% of the world contract chips, right? So it means that the whole world, when it comes to chip, relies so much on this company. You could get a sense of value that they create. So I'll move to the next question, which is, does this business possess a competitive advantage? So what is that economic mode that they have as a company that new companies can not just come and then get like all the market share from them, which is very important for business. So we just enter the next question. Like I mentioned again, very important to check the source. So I'll go sources first and see, okay, Investopedia, of course, that makes sense. Pitch grade, looking at the analysis, they do that. MIT, interesting. Then Bloomberg, oh, okay. Then I can go back. You get, like, I already have an idea of those that are providing this. Possess a durable competitive advantage or economic modes. Due to several reasons here. technology leadership and R&D investments. Of course, you would have seen this continually invest heavily in research and development. Even though they are at the top of the game, this is something that they do over and over again to be able to improve it, reduce the cost, and improve efficiency, operational efficiency for their client, which is interesting. I mean, which is good. Of course, this is another thing, right? Imagine if you are going to create a fab now, there are a lot of money, capital required to be able to do it. You see, strong customer relationship. They serve major companies like Apple, AMD, Nvidia, Qualcomm. There are even some of these companies that just moved to Taiwan Semiconductor. Maybe they were using Samsung initially or Intel, but just because of the efficiency and the cost reduction that Taiwan gives, they have switched to this, right? I have other question. I will just put it there. Then we go to the last question. Is the business financially sound and profitable? Very important. So now we have moved from the aspect of understanding the business to the aspect of understanding the financial status of the business, if that makes sense. So you will see this here that it says is financially sound and profitable. But how do you know? See, a revenue of approximately 104 billion for 12 months, of course, ending, and this is about 33.8% year over year, right? So we have net profit surge nearly 61% in Q2 compared to the prior year. That's Q2 of 2024. And this is just give you like overview. Then you can double down on the financials if you want. You can tell them, okay, give me what the financial growth, the sustainability, in the last 5 years, what has happened, how has it improved. These are questions you could ask further to be able to understand it, but just give it just like a general overview. The next question will be, how efficiently does the business generate cash and deploy capital, right? So you want to know how the management is allocating capital, right? If you are generating a lot of money, you want to know where it's going to, which is very important. So you could see cash generation here, then you see capital deployment. See, free cash flow for 20 was about 26.6 billion, nearly triple from the previous year. I mean, crazy, right? That's about 177%, which is really good for a business. Capital expenditure remains substantial, right? Of about 70% devoted to advanced processing technology and expanding to new fabs globally, like I mentioned. Even massive investment level, return on equity remain high. Their working capital, equity ratio, all those things are really good. Just to show like signal prudent asset management, which is really good for us. Then we go to the question 5, is leadership competent? You do this. Question 6, what are the plausible pathways for future growth? Very important, but we'll skip this. We then get to what is very important. We have skipped all those questions, but this last question seems to be very important, and then we end it with this. Is the business available at the price that offer a margin of safety? So we put that question and go back. Very important to check the source, to know who are those that analyze this and give like the summary. You could see consensus from analyst rating from Yahoo Finance, investing.com, Marco Trend and others. So you go back and like, okay, maybe that's nice. Morningstar too was part of the sourcing. Okay, maybe that's nice. So you check. First thing first is that this price is near its recent 52 high of 248, is around 238 at the moment, and the 52-week low was about 134. So that means in the last, if you compare, it's almost like exceeding about 20%. So this says Taiwan stock may not currently offer a large margin of safety for new investors. A margin of safety typically implies a significant buying at a significant discount to intrinsic value, right? Or recent highs to minimize downside risk. So for now, we have like premium value reflecting its dominant market value, right? So people are valuing it very high. Does it mean it's too high to buy? Definitely not. Therefore, while TS is a high quality and profitable value with the perspective, investors may want to consider relative higher price, right, and limited margin of safety before investing at current value. A more attractive entry might be found during market pullbacks or valuation decline, which does happen. This is really super good statement. I mean, the last part of things. I remember was it February of this year or thereabout, right, where the market was struggling a lot, right? and most of these companies were trading very low. Taiwan Semiconductor went as low as 130. So imagine 130 now is trading 230 something, right? I think Nvidia was trading about maybe 98 at that market pullback. So there are times where we have market pullbacks where they are good time to enter into the market and then you gain from it. But nevertheless, at any point doesn't mean this company is a bad investment to jump into right now. But you just have to consider it. I hope all the whole conversation was helpful to you. I hope you looking into Perplexity AI to be able to give like some sort of enhanced your analysis will be a good thing to do. There are many more things that you can do with this. Maybe in the next coming video, I can do more things specifically, or if there's anything you want me to do, just let me know in the comment section, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye.